I'm in Yuanming Yuan garden. I came in the south entrance here near the subway stop of the same name. And they break this garden up into sections. So to understand it, the first garden I walked through was Chichun Yuan. I missed this autumn hall. I don't know if there was an exhibit there or not. There was something here that had the zodiac heads of the water clock. And I came up this way past Hanjing Hall. I didn't see a whole lot of English language interpretation signs here, but the panorama model is worth going to. There wasn't much to see up here by the east entrance, but this is the start of the main attraction, the Shiyanglu area. And that's where they have the ruins, the European buildings. That's what everybody comes for. And I came out here and walked by Fuhai Lake. And now I'm going to explore this last area, which is Juezhou Scenic Area. And we're here by the Tongle Yuan Garden and the Shiwai Palace. So all these little signs have something to see, but mostly a floor plan ruin where you just walk on top and see where columns were and outlines of the walls and that sort of thing. It's been eerily deserted, but that makes me feel more comfortable to see some folks walking over here and over there. I don't know if that's worker housing or what for the park staff. The area here is where I originally thought the ruins were, because they call the ruins Shiyanglu, so it's western buildings basically. Western Imperial buildings or great buildings, good buildings. So I don't know why I thought they were in the northwest. They're actually in the northeast part of the park. There's the March of the 18th Martyrs Tomb here. I don't know if that's to the folks who got killed by Chiang Kai-shek in 1927, was it? When some workers were striking. I don't know if that's what that refers to. We'll find out, I guess, if I walk that way. This is the direction I came from. Tongle Yuan, literally compound of universal joy, part of the sitting on stream overlooking rock, Jushi Lin Liu, one of the 40 sites of the Yuanming Yuan. Situated in the southeast of the scenic area, it accommodates the Grand Theater and the Imperial Garden, with the Shi Wei Sheng lying to the north and the Imperial Palace Business Street on the east. The place was full of life. Longle Yuan was the place where opera performances and palace fairs were carried out in every first lunar month and on festivals and holidays, as well as a place where the emperor treated his officials, princes, and foreign envoys. Every time when harvest was celebrated or opera performances were put on to mark birthdays, shops on the business street, the Mai Mai Ji, would all open. According to statistics, in the 21st year of Qianlong, of the 158 days when the emperor stayed in Yuanming Yuan, he paid as many as 82 visits to Tongle Yuan. Picture shows the plan of Tongle Yuan. Qianlong loved to dress up and play shopkeeper and, I don't know, pickpocket. At the redone summer palace just west of here, there's a Qing era merchant street that has all shops on it where people basically did the same thing, hung out, his entourage, and played market, played shop. Joshi Lin Liu, sitting on rock overlooking the stream, was one of the 40 sites of the Yuanming Yuan. A painting in the 9th year of Qianlong shows 5 parts, including Zhouxi Lin Lie in the northwest, Bao Pu, thatched cottage of preserving simplicity in the southwest, Shi Wei Sheng in the northeast, Tong Li Yuan, literally compound universal joy in the southeast, and the long business street at the center, stretching 360 meters from south to north and 210 meters east to west, the 5 parts covered, a land area of 70,000 square meters. Zhouxi Lin Lie Pavilion, initiating the Lanting Pavilion, Orchid Pavilion, in Shaoxing, Zhejiang, reputedly for scholars gathering in which cups of wine were sent adrift on the winding Lanxi stream. Shaoxing's known for its sherry wine, sweet sherry wine. That's where Lu Shun was from. Originally named Cups Floating Pavilion when it was built in the early years of Yongzheng, 44th year of Qianlong, it was transformed into an octagonal double-eave pavilion known as 8-Pillar Orchid Pavilion. The stone pillars bore an inscription of the famous essay written and composed by Wu Yang Xie, preface to the Lanting Pavilion collection, Lanting Shu. A poem by Emperor Qianlong says, "White pebbles, limpid stream, lush green plants, lotus flowers on the gurgling winding brook. On Shangsi Day, every year I seek pleasure here, reminding me of the events in the years of Yonghe." This poem alludes to the famous scholars gathering on Shangsi Day, the 3rd day of the 3rd lunar month in the 9th year of Yonghe in the Eastern Jin dynasty, attended by many scholars, including the famous calligrapher Wang Shiji and scholar official Xie An, who floated cups of wine on the winding stream and composed poems. The picture is the painting created by Tang Dia and Shen Yuan in the 9th year of Qianlong. So, this will take me into the Zhou Shilin Lu area. I think maybe I'll go straight and then over from this way, so I can kind of make a bit of a loop and catch both of these things. So I only have, well, they close at 7, so I guess I could hang out that long, but I only have probably an hour left of good light, if that. So I don't use green much because the contrast doesn't show up too well on a green background, and it could be confused for something that's background on the map, not my highlighting. I like orange because it looks like I'm highlighting it. It's got a sharp contrast to the green or the gray of the map, you know? So backyard pool. So I'll go down this way. This is much less touristy here. The tour groups don't come to this area of the park. Chu Yuan Feng He. You can see it's not as gentrified here either. My plan is coming to fruition. It's deceiving. You would think it's just misty out and this is water vapor. Now, some of it, granted, some of this is humidity. Today is 100% humidity, so some of it's humidity. It's not all humidity. Don't be deceived. lot of its own funky site with Bruno, you know, lot of its own funky site mit Bruno. Uh-oh. Here it comes. I like it when the water falls on the lilies, the lily pads, lily leaves or whatever. Looks like mercury falling, all glassy, beaded. Now we in the Zhuizhou scenic area. Lied in the north of the palace area. It was an extension of the central axis of the palace gate in the palace area. The front lake and the Zhuizhou Qingyuan marked the end of the palace area and the beginning of the splendid garden. The Zhuizhou Qingyuan area comprised the garden scenes on the 9 islets lying around the back lake. The 9 islets represented the whole country. This area served both as sleeping quarters of the imperial family and as the imperial garden, and was the central site of Yuanming Yuan. Huh. Shangxi Tiangguang Zhuizhou Qingyuan. Miss Speak Chinese! Someday I want to marry a woman who's like Hispanic, and then I'll say to her, "You make me speak Spanish!" But like enthusiastic, because when I get excited she makes me speak Spanish because I'm so in love with her. And I'll say, "You make me speak Spanish, baby!" You know, like that kind of stuff. I'll be like, "Oh, mucho gusto, baby! You make me speak Spanish!" But I think it works in any language besides English. Scenic area. If I just keep heading around this way. Which way? Which way? Which way do I want to go? Ooh, you can use this to find out more about it. Scan. I bet it would work if you scan the screen. You can find out more about it. Should I take the middle path? The path less traveled by. Ow! Grass is wet. I think I'll walk on the boardwalk. Ooh, we got some ruins or a sign here. It's a sign. Spoony love from up above. Tianran Tu Hua. 40 sites of Yuanming Yuan. Tianran Tuaha was a group of garden scenes built in the late year of Emperor Kangxi. It was originally called Bamboo Yard, or commonly called the Five Happiness Hall. It was a favorite place of Yin Zhen. 1764, 29th year of Emperor Qianlong, his 15th son, which later became Emperor Jia Qing, was allowed to stay here for several years. The hall had a lush bamboo grove on the front and a pavilion in its west facing the back lake, from which the views near and far looked like a natural painting. In its east stood the Five Happiness Hall, whose horizontal board carried the personal inscription by Emperor Kangxi after the Emperor Qianlong had his great-grandson. He donated another horizontal board with his inscription, Hall of Five Happiness and 5 Generations, to the place. Did I miss the scenic viewpoint from here? Walked right by it. Sometimes I wonder, they make these things, this app, who came up with that? Scenic viewpoint. Backyard pool. It's the backyard pool. We're not in Kansas anymore, baby. Towards the 9 islets. What are these? They're like little stinky balloons of hemorrhoids. Ooh, it squirted. Yuck. Yuck. I got all over my umbrella. Great. Now I'm gonna have to hold my umbrella inside out. I spilled beer on this umbrella at the Imperial College Museum at the Confucian Temple. I was drinking a beer while I was reading the exhibits, and I had my umbrella closed but kind of open, turned her upside down, and I spilled the beer. Ew, that was all sticky. I just had to do it, didn't I? Little stinky balloons. Jizhou, Qingyan. Guess I want to go this way. Toilet. Bitong. Shu Yuan. Lu Yue Kai Yun. What is this? What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you do to me? I am Russian! Isn't that a scene from Moscow on Hudson when the guy gets assaulted in New York City? Why you do this to me? I am Russian. A recently departed actor there, Robin Williams. He like slit his wrist and hung himself because he was going through divorce, and his mom or his wife or somebody, some female in his life or several females in his life, something. Empress Hall.
对啊，这就走时候听见的。
I think you can walk in over on the other side, it looks like. Over here. This is probably the way I want it to come back, I think. Do-do-do. Yeah, I was gonna come back this way. So I kind of cut off some of this. Let's see. Jizhou Qing Yan. Yuanming Yuan Hall. One of the sites of the garden, Emperor Kangji, later expanded as a sleeping quarters of the imperial couples in the early years of Emperor Yongzheng. Horizontal board hanging on the front hall along the middle route was personally inscribed by Emperor Kangxi. The middle hall, named Fangsan Wusi, was the place for the new emperor to give family banquets for the members of the same clan, and the back hall, whose horizontal board, Juezhou Qing Yan, was personally inscribed by Emperor Yongzheng. Was personally inscribed by Emperor Yongzheng, was the sleeping quarters of the emperors. The east route was the sleeping quarters of empress and concubines, while the west route was transformed into a large sleeping hall in the mid-reign of Emperor Daoguang Fumen. Daoguang. Further westward was the emperors Yongzheng and Daoguang died here. Let's see. Further westward was the emperors Yongzheng and Daoguang died here. Emperors Jiajing and Qianfeng were born here. No, was the Qinghua Pavilion, where a huge panorama painting of Yuanming Yuan drawn in the East years of the reign of Emperor Qianlong was hung, while Emperors Yongzheng and Daoguang died here. Emperors Jiaqing and Xianfang were born here. A monument to the March 18th martyrs was built in 1929 on the site of the former Fengshuan Wuxi Hall. I hate it when they put yellow print on white. Who was thinking of that? Why not just use black? What's wrong with using black? You never put light color against light color. I was just talking about that in my video. I don't like to use green or yellow. It's a little too light for the contrast. Stupid. It makes it like impossible to read. It totally defeats the purpose. I think this is when some striking workers were mowed down by the KMT in Shanghai. Was it the workers who were marching because one of them got beaten or dismissed by a Japanese foreman and nobody did anything about it? Blah blah blah. And they got real mad because nobody do nothing to defend them. They say, "Why you do that for to me?" What are those guys doing out there? They're capturing fish. They got a net. Fishermen. What are they doing? There can't be that many fish that it's worth doing that. Unless they're in there to clean out the seaweed. Fort 30 tree. So I want to get all the way back over here. Wonder if they'll let me. I could go that way and go on the bus. I can actually walk through the park that way too. Or do I want to make a circle north? I don't think I want to make a circle north. Doesn't look all that interesting, to be honest. I could go over the bridge and circle around this way and walk the perimeter back. I don't know how interesting that would be either. Ooh. Then at least I'll have walked the whole park. Rugu Hanjin. I don't know that there's much this way. Do I want to go on this island? Here? And all the way over here? There's a swastika here. Look at the swastika island. I gotta go to the swastika island. That would just be foolish not to do. But how do I get over there? I gotta go all the way back up this way. Let's check out Rugu Hanjin. I want to see the swastika. Look at that. Swastika Island. There's a bunch of guys dressed up there in SS Stormtrooper jackboots. They all run around and bump into each other. Trying to give the Heil salute. They bump into each other and fall down. Hey, hey! If I was Emperor, I'd do wacky stuff like that for my amusement. Make bumbling fools dress up in the army outfits of defeated foes. And bump around into each other for my amusement. Drive around in like tanks, but little tiny tanks that they stick out the top of that are like little hot power wheel cars. And bump into each other with them. Rugu Hanjin, being one of the 40 sites, blah blah blah. 1739, 4th year of the reign of Emperor Qianlong. Rugu Hanjin was a place for the Qing emperors to have informed discussions with their ministers. This was a group of landscape structures comprising halls, rooms, corridors, platforms, pavilions, festoon gates, and wall gates. I wonder where they get all their information. They don't really tell you where they get all their info from, you know? When they talk about this. I guess I can cut through here. Well, I guess I can't. That's the bridge I want. That will take me over to the swastika. I gotta get across this moat. I gotta get across this waterway. Without swimming, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna go use the bathroom before I said there's a bathroom here. But where? There's gotta be a way over to that gate. I'm almost there. I'm so close to the other side. If I want to see the swastika, is that the toilet? I think it is. I think I have a little bit of toilet paper with me. I wish I picked up. I have one napkin. I saw a pack of tissues on the ground by the European building ruins, but I didn't pick it up because it was all dirty. I'm in Yuanming Yuan garden. I came in the south entrance here near the subway stop of the same name. And they break this garden up into sections. So to understand it, the first garden I walked through was Chichen Yuan. I missed this autumn hall. I don't know if there was an exhibit there or not. There was something here that had the zodiac heads of the water clock. And I came up this way past Hanjing Hall. I didn't see a whole lot of English language interpretation signs here, but the panorama model is worth going to. There wasn't much to see up here by the east entrance, but this is the start of the main attraction, the Xianglu area. And that's where they have the ruins, the European buildings. That's what everybody comes for. And I came out here and walked by Fuhai Lake. And now I'm going to explore this last area, which is Juezhou Scenic Area. And we're here by the Tongle Yuan Garden. A chef in 1927, was it? When some workers were striking. I don't know if that's what that refers to. We'll find out, I guess, if I walk that way. This is the direction I came from. Tongle Yuan, literally compound of universal joy, part of the sitting on stream overlooking rock, Jushi Lin Liu, one of the 40 sites of the Yuanming Yuan. Situated in the southeast of the scenic area, it accommodates the Grand Theater and the Shiwai Palace. So all these little signs have something to see, but mostly a floor plan ruin where you just walk on top and see where columns were and outlines of the walls and that sort of thing. It's been eerily deserted, but that makes me feel more comfortable to see some folks walking over here and over there. I don't know if that's worker housing or what for the park staff. The area here is where I originally thought the ruins were, because they call the ruins Xianglu, so it's western buildings basically. Western Imperial buildings, or great buildings, good buildings. So I don't know why I thought they were in the northwest. They're actually in the northeast part of the park. There's the March of the 18th Martyrs Tomb here. I don't know if that's to the folks who got killed by Shanghai.